Hello and welcome to the Season 69 D Championships semi-final. We have Naesala, the top seed, against chesstick, the fourth seed. So Naesala to go first, and it's first to 2.5 wins. Both these players have been in C quite a lot in the past. I was looking at their history. It's largely been similar for most of the past 15 or so seasons. With the exception that Naesala was in B once. We have inheritance and cost reduction with quarry, so that could be quite nice. Also, inheriting conspirator is nice because you play the estate and then you play conspirator, so that actually counts as 2 actions already. So you need 1 action before that. Quarry, yeah, I mean definitely the 4 is quarry. Faithful Hound is okay. There's not really thinning unless you manage to get goat. The high roll is obviously if you find quarry, silver, copper like this, then you can hit wealthy immediately, which is probably worth doing. You could see way estates after you've inherited as well. But yeah, no real trashing or draw particularly. Hound is okay, not great. Sword is probably quite nice. Goat seems like the best loot to get early here. I guess what's it called? Sextant would be nice. Figurehead. Puzzle box could be quite nice to keep your estates out of shuffles. Although yeah, we do want to inherit at some point. Yeah, I guess this is wealthy. I'm not sure if you play the wealthy village as chesstick here. I think you want to keep the sword in your shuffle. Yeah, I guess you might as well see the wealthy and then take a hound. No free hound. That surprises me. I mean, there's obviously a good chance that you won't pair your village with the hound, but I still think it's worth it. Well, goat is very nice. This hand hits inheritance. Surely we want to be inheriting conspirator here. Yeah. And we can inherit conspirator here as well for chesstick. When you inherit, yeah, I assume quarry then applies afterwards. So you could inherit estate, inherit conspirator, and then buy 2 estates. There's definitely a risk of having too many conspirators because you need to find one action before you play your estate. You could inherit wealthy, I guess, if you wanted more village. But I think we'd rather inherit conspirator and then just buy the villages, because then that way you get the loot with them. Yeah, I don't think that's better. We have 2 piles almost empty here. I don't know what the third one would be. I mean, I guess estates could run quite easily. Like if you play a few villages, get a quarry in play, then the estate, you can buy quite a few estates. I assume since we've got quite a few villages now, we want to add hounds. So double hound seems quite nice here. Or hound estate. Oh, we got haggler in place, so we probably don't want to be buying hound. Or estate. So it could be like village gain hound, village gain conspirator. Yeah, I'm not sure I really like haggler here that much. I don't think we play any of these. I was wondering about Grove. I'm not sure if on average that's, if the boon in your buy phase, it helps you more than it helps your opponent. This is a nice turn. We got 19, which could be like double province and some caravan guards maybe. Bunch of estates. That's probably lowering too much. I don't... Can we win here actually? 2 hagglers. Yeah. That was a nice turn. Plus buy there was, yeah, very important. So 1-0 chesstick. And we've got a nice board except for the lack of village and trashing. So actually a pretty horrible board. Seems like you just want to get up to Sea Witch and win the curse split. And then I guess some spices and provinces. Yeah, the sifting from Sea Witch is nice with no trashing. Innkeeper is also probably going to be quite nice. I don't know about the rest of the action cards. I guess Barge, when the curses run out, will be nice. Oh, there's the Baker token as well. I'm surprised about the spices. I guess it's kind of the same as a silver, except it has plus buy if you use the coffers immediately. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, advisor seems kind of bad here. Like it could just end up skipping over your Sea Witch a lot of the time. I would prefer Innkeeper. Yeah, like functionally, that was kind of the same as if you'd done Innkeeper +3/-3 in that instance, and then in a worst case scenario for advisor, it's a lot worse than the Innkeeper sifting. It doesn't seem very easy to activate Snake Witch. So I'm not sure if that's even better than nothing, because you could draw it dead some of the time as well. I didn't pay attention to who got the third Sea Witch, but I do like third Sea Witch here. Probably exactly 3 is the right number to have. See, like that's really bad, that outcome. And it's not that unexpected. I somehow scrolled past when the extra sea witch happened. Anyway. Naesala seems a long way ahead here. I'm not sure if Baker is better than Spices. I would lean towards it isn't. But it's okay. Okay, so yeah, it's Naesala with the third Sea Witch. Resigning seems like a decent play. I get pretty tilted in no trashing games when I lose the curse split like this. So I would be yeah, I think as Naesala here we just start scoring this shuffle. Like we've got 2 piles basically gone. This Snake Witch has definitely been worse than nothing so far. Duchy's a bit odd. If we don't want to use the coffers, I'd rather get like a barge or something. But I guess we're just going to end up piling duchies. Or not. I think we can definitely spend 3 coffers for 3 points. Like I understand wanting to save them, but that doesn't seem necessary. Obviously it won't matter because it's just not close. We can just double duchy if we want, yeah. Would have ended the game quicker, like double duchy estate, and then we just pile this turn. Yeah. 7-3 curse split is brutal. Third Sea Witch doing work. We have trashing and kind of village finally. Swap with experiment is very nice. You can do some kind of swap into experiment, swap experiment into specialist experiment, game on experiments. Armory is also nice. It's kind of like cavalry, but you top deck the horses. Yeah, I think Armory and Porter is quite nice. If they collide, it's obviously a bit sad. But, yeah, so Silver's probably okay. But Silver Armory is not super likely to hit 5. But we're Yeah, we're not going on Armory, which I can see that. I do think it's good, but there's obviously limited terminal space at the start. First 5, I'm thinking enlarge is probably better than junk dealer. Again, obviously, like junk dealer is non-terminal, but being able to enlarge your estates into experiments is very nice at the start. I would trust copper here. Yeah, I mean, like the coppers are the annoying cards. We'll still hit 5 if you trash copper, and then you can buy an enlarge. But maybe we're not enlarging at any point. I forgot to mention Prince as well. Prince Experiment is also quite a nice village and start of turn draw. Yeah, I mean, Enlarge with no estates, I don't know when that message was, I've only just seen it. Enlarge with no estates is quite sad, but I think it's decently likely to work. At least on the turn that you play it, maybe not on the second turn. It's also like, I mean, it's not terrible if you find no states but you have an experiment. You can turn experiment into specialist or swap or something. What do you think about Prince? This is definitely one of the better Prince boards. Oh wow, what a draw. There are definitely some sad cases for Prince. I don't think we had that many experiments in deck, but pulling it straight off the top is definitely helping. Yeah, I mean that. Like we didn't have any experiments in deck when we bought that Prince, did we? And our specialist is. I mean, it's not terrible having our specialist stuck out. I don't know what this buy is, to be honest. Like I can see a case for specialist or swap. We probably could get rid of one junk dealer. We could also use enlarge to clear out the, how many estates we got left? One estate left. If someone, was that, I didn't see when someone gained estate. I assume that was from copper to estate. We're trashing estate, so I guess we're enlarging junk dealer. You can't then draw whatever you enlarge into. So maybe enlarge silver into specialist, and then you could do specialist, something. We're just getting golds, which is okay. I don't think we particularly need to be scoring soon though, so yeah, like it's going to be useful at some point to turn into a province. Until then, we don't really need the money. Yeah, I agree with swap. I want swap and armory. At some point, which we definitely could have had a while ago. Because now, we do have too much money in deck. Unless we're going to start greening. I mean, I guess you can go like gold to prince and try and get another experiment set up, but that doesn't seem particularly helpful. We do have two enlargers though, so we could just start getting provinces and milling. We could probably empty the provinces quite quickly if that's what we were going after. Silver to specialist I quite like though. Again, we need more gains, like armory. I have a feeling they're going to buy gold based off of the previous turn. And we do now have 3 enlargers in deck as well, which is definitely a lot. I haven't been watching as much Naesala's turns. They've had quite a few sad ones. We got a prince at the bottom. We can gain another prince, which is okay. It definitely seems like both players are kind of low on gaining stuff. Like Importer and Specialist, well, they have a few Specialists. Only one Importer each and no Armories. So it's just awkward to get the experiments back in deck to do anything fun with them. That's nice. Does that mean Specialist doesn't stay out? I feel like I'm lost with regards to the current duration rules. I think Specialist won't stay out because the second play was Owl, so it's not tracking any duration effects. I'm not sure about that Specialist enlarge, getting enlarged thing. Like Copper to Estate is not helping that much. Like it does help with points because of Plateau Shepherds. So I guess if we're trying to score, we just keep our estates now. Here we want to draw and then work out. I feel like we must be able to win here. Like take gold to province, draw with experiments. We can play Importer a couple times. Play Enlarge, a couple times. Mill provinces. Yeah, it's not in hand at the moment, is it? But I think I can't remember what those 4 cards are, but it feels like it should be guaranteed. I mean, you want to take gold to province anyway, so you might as well do it now. Do we not have another copper down there? But I mean, we're gonna draw another province, and we can Specialist enlarge to mill 2 provinces, and then we can enlarge copper to estate. So we don't actually need to buy anything. Yeah, this is definitely in hand. There's another gold down there as well, which I didn't know, and it wasn't necessary. Yeah, the early prints definitely helped them there. I think they underplayed the board a little bit. A couple turns in the middle felt a little bit wheel spinny. We have Hamlet Souk. That seems strong. Yeah. I don't think you really need any other cards. I guess to get there... I never really know what the Desert Guide best players, like you could do silver and then flip immediately. Or you could go silver gondola and then flip. I think probably it doesn't make sense to flip on the second turn. Oh yeah, you can flip and then buy Fortune Hunter. Yeah, I mean Fortune Hunter is good at hitting 5. It's then going to be in the way a bit, potentially. And actually in this case, you're going to trigger a shuffle that you really don't want to trigger. Like if this was silver, that would be much better. So yeah, I think I prefer Gondola to Fortune Hunter. Flag Bearer is interesting as well. Kind of doesn't really help at the moment with this Souk stuff. I guess it's cycling. We are going to have to buy Hamlets at some point. But I think just clicking Souk for a while is also okay. You can obviously buy Gondola as well to trigger Souk and actually like get money out of that. Then you do have a Gondola, but it could be worth it in some situations. I'm not sure it's worth it in this situation. Yeah, Sycophant as well is okay. I think Hamlet kind of just does it better. Although Desert Guides, like the favors are quite nice. I wonder if we flip on that hand anyway, though. Yeah, like we just got one Hamlet. If we flip and find Souk, then we could buy 2 Hamlets. That seems worth it. That was a nice zombie mason. I'd be tempted to get another Hamlet instead of anything else. I guess you can apprentice Sycophant for draw. But I'm not sure that's actually what you want. And I really, I don't understand why everyone has rice. There aren't that many types. Just seems worse than Sook. I guess we discard Sycophant Estate here, unless we're planning to buy a Sook and trash something. We do want a Necro as well, because there is now a Sook in the trash from earlier. Double Necro Hamlet, maybe. Surely that, I mean, I didn't count, but it doesn't feel like the Sycophant would have earned more money than the Sook in that situation. And we get one less buy. Two less buys? Because we could have discarded buy for buy with Hamlet as well. I would probably apprentice this, yeah. We definitely need more Hamlets. Oh. Yeah. Kind of, I guess. Necro first doesn't seem necessary. Because you might have wanted to use it as Sook. I've only just realised Necromancer isn't a command type, which for some reason I always assumed it was. Province Hamlet, I guess. Yeah, flipping is okay. Not sure it was a terrible hand though. I would have been tempted to just apprentice trash Fortune Hunter. Um, yeah, using the gondola trick again. I don't know how much that actually helps you, because I mean, you got a gondola and I guess yeah, gondola and necromancer could be worth better than nothing. Might not be though. I'd be tempted to try and get the gondola for next turn, in case that helps. So you can discard Sycophant for whatever, play Souk, next turn gondola. By alliance. Yeah. Not sure why we didn't discard a copper for... Oh, we discarded two things for... No. Yeah, we didn't discard for plus action. We could have played two Souks. Not that it probably matters too much. But unless you're triggering the shuffle, it's always worth discarding the copper. Because you get extra money from Souk anyway. So it's not even like you're losing money. There's no chance Naesala duds anyway with 4 favors. So sure you can't get province, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. If they province, you're not catching up anyway. I guess just alliance, yeah. I'm back. The game is still happening, even though I already declared the result on my overlay. So yeah, 2-2, and we'll have a deciding game 5 with Naesala to go first. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe if this one ends in a tie, it would go to chesstick. But yeah, that could be wrong. I don't understand most of that, but yeah, I do know how to read random start, and I'm pretty sure it's not random. I think the seeding carries on into the tiebreaker games, but I'm not confident enough to tell anyone. Yeah, it does say in the rules, starting player will alternate as it had been in the match leading up to that point. So yeah, it is Naesala to start. We have Farrier, which is going to be relevant here. The 3-4 probably seems better. I would open Silver Farrier. 4-3 potentially Messenger Farrier. I wouldn't know what you Messenger. I don't really like turn 1 Farrier on the 3. I guess the turn 1 Farrier on 4 is okay. Is it? I actually don't know if that improves your odds that much. But it seems important to hit 5 on your second shuffle to get Sentry. And I don't think turn 1 Farrier helps that much. I'm sure someone's done the maths on this. But definitely, like, if you draw 1 extra card into your 4 copper hand, I guess we'll draw on Farrier, because you can monkey it. Trading... I don't like trading post over Sentry. We don't want the silvers like long term, because I think Sack of Loot will be our payload. It could definitely help us get up to Sack of Loot. And Young Witch was bought. Young Witch, I missed that. Yeah, I don't like Young Witch. More generally, and also like extra because the farrier is the bane. So it's going to get blocked quite a decent amount. This should be Sentry, I think. Yeah, I can see that as well, actually, to be fair. I think we must just draw here. Like, we want to find the trading post. Sadly don't. I think a 5 overpay seems quite nice. They might be considering launch to try and find the trading post, but it's only 1 in 3. Maybe 2 in 3 if one of the maybe 1 in 2 even if there's one of those is farrier. But it does work out. I don't hate the sack. It might be another, might be like 1 turn early. I think another farrier would have been good. But they definitely seem a long way ahead, which maybe indicates that trading post is better than Sentry here. There's definitely an argument like that your green cards will be in your hand when you're overpaying. And you can draw through, like the silver is kind of draw when you can buy farrier. But once the farriers run out, then the silvers get a little bit more annoying. Jester is interesting. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, if we just had like a 3 overpay for farrier, I think that looks a lot nicer. Spell scroll doesn't seem great. Yeah. But yeah, chesstick is struggling to do much anyway here, so what are we getting here? Clerk. Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, that seems fine. I think a bigger farrier overpay is probably better there. I don't think we needed to province at all. But yeah, I don't know what we gained with it. I mean, we could have overpaid by like 8 extra. I definitely don't like that province instead of a farrier overpay. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter too much. Like their deck is a lot better, but I think the 8 extra cards you could have had this turn is better than having an extra province right now. I would guess by quite a lot. And again, I would like an overpay. Yeah, I mean, if this was closer, like as chesstick, you wouldn't want to leave the last farrier for Naesala to use, probably. Probably worth launching. Yeah. Yeah, province farrier is fine. I mean, like you've got so much payload in the deck from the sack of loot. I think just farrier overpay for 14 is also good there. Like surely the 8 extra cards have to be able to get you more than 1 extra province. But yeah, fair resignation. So Naesala will be playing one of Dr. Steelhammer or 70, 70, 90 in the finals. And yeah, they'll both be in C next season, as will I. So I might end up playing one or both of them. Thanks, everyone. See ya.